If your agent calls you and tells you you have a deal, that the seller has accepted your offer because they just got off the phone with the listing agent, does that mean you actually have a deal? The answer is no. We've had this happen several times, right? The agent calls, your agent says, hey, we're going to accept your offer. I'll have the paperwork to you shortly. And then they get another offer and the seller says, sorry, just kidding. Guess what? If you don't have a signed, executed contract by buyer and by seller, then you don't technically have a deal and the seller can change their mind. On top of that, you cannot lock your loan rate until you have an executed contract, right? You don't want to order your inspections until you have an executed contract, because what if something goes wrong and you don't actually get in the contract? Now you paid for inspections, right? All your timelines on your contingencies start once you have an executed contract. So if your agent calls you and says, hey, we're in contract, we have a deal, the seller accepted our offer, ask, do you have an executed contract back yet? If you're an agent, make sure you get that contract right away, like immediately. Like, don't delay, don't go to dinner, don't go for drinks. Get that signed contract, because anything can happen and then the seller could change their mind. A verbal agreement is not an executed contract and will not hold up. So you must get a signed, executed contract by buyer and seller to actually have a deal. If you have had the carpet pulled out from underneath you before because you thought you had a deal, but you didn't actually have an executed contract and the seller changed their mind, drop that comment below.